Hello everyone, Blacklight8001 here, and today I'm going to be talking about this Chinese radio here. This is just a little pocket radio that I ordered on eBay for about $15, I think it was, about 6 months ago, I think. I ordered it summer of 2017, and I've been planning to do this review for a while. But I decided that before I made any reviews, I wanted to put it through my my everyday uses, and I would report how I liked the radio. So, first things first. The build quality isn't that great, of course, because it's a cheap Chinese generic thing off of eBay. That about 1,000 people are selling. So it really feels cheap. The plastics are okay. They're pretty stiff and they don't feel very cheap. They don't feel too cheap, but the paint that they've used is chipping away at the edges, and it's kind of black plastic crap underneath. Let's see if we can find a good example of this. Let's see. I don't see anything that catches my eye right now, but there are a few things I've noticed. Especially inside here where the antenna is supposed to sit. That was, before it fell off, that was scraped away, and it was like silver or black or something inside. So, now the sound quality isn't too bad. And speaking of build quality, I broke this antenna. Now I wouldn't blame it to say that's a crappy antenna, because it's pretty stiff, I'd say. It's actually not as cheap as most. Probably because it's short too. But it's kind of rough handling it one day when I was out, and it broke. So I had to crimp it so that it didn't get shoved all the way down inside its counterparts. So let's extend the antenna and we'll give it a good listen here. See if I can get any good reception here in the basement. Power switch on top. Just turn it on. Let's see, let's turn up the volume. That's the other thing. This radio gets pretty loud, I'd say. Definitely loud enough for anything I've ever needed, including playing music for a classroom of people at a lunch break where it's very loud, or a presentation such as that. So of course you can see the display is flickering quite a bit on camera, but it's really, you can't see it at all. As you can see, it's a nice amber display. I like that. I haven't seen one of these in a while. The only people that I'm aware that used a nice amber display like this was like mostly Pioneer, and that was vacuum fluorescent, as far as I know. So kind of nice to see that color. And let's see here. So turn it up. There's no AM reception on this radio. Let's see here. So, mostly what you're intended to do is you're intended to directly input a channel here using the keypad, and or what you do when you set it somewhere you're going to use it, you I think you hold the play button. Yeah, it starts scanning through the local channels that you can receive. So it'll do this until it finds everything that it can receive, and then once that's done, you press the seek buttons here and it changes from channel to channel. Let's see, it's going through there. So batteries. This does have a rechargeable battery. It uses a, I think it uses something off a old cell phone. I think it was a Nokia. Someone once said that these were old batteries. There is a number on it. It says a BL-5C, for anyone wondering. And you charge that through a micro USB connector on the side here. You can see there's a full-size USB connector. That's for plugging in a USB thumb drive. There's also an LED on the side, which is either a charging indicator, which will light dimly when you're charging, or it can be a flashlight, which has come in handy a few times. What else? This is the headphone port, and I think it can also be used as auxiliary. Mine's a little bit broken. I've had it, it's so sunk in, I've taken it apart and I can't get it to come out. So it's kind of stuck in there. I can't put anything in there because it's too sunken in. So that's kind of been useless to me. Alright, well, so that's about it down there. Down here we got a TF card slot for a micro SD card. Very handy. As very handy as an MP3 player this is. So what else does it have? On the front, this button here with the looping circles, that is the repeat button for when you're listening to tracks from a card. Like I said, this is the turn on the LED. This is the mode, which goes through auxiliary, and if you had a card in, it would show those up and load the songs. All that good stuff. So, let's see here. See if we can pull up a station. Get a good local station. So yeah, that station's pretty local. Picks this up perfectly. We are in the basement here, so have to bear with me. 97.3. That's a little bit of a hard station to get. Yeah, nothing. 97.7. That's a local station. That's garbage. 90. Oops, wrong one. I want 91.7. So since this is a Chinese radio, this goes anywhere from like 72 megahertz, anywhere to, I think the top end is the normal 108. Could be a little bit higher, I don't remember. I can't get 91.7, that's a bad sign. I am down here in the basement, but otherwise this does get pretty good reception. I can see the image stabilizer. I think it fit as the table moves back here. Alright. Well, I think that's all I really have to say about this this radio. Oh, and the another piece with the antenna is these little pegs that you're supposed to snap the antenna down in. Those broke off quite a while ago. Also, it has a stand. It's on the strap, so you just put it in, and it sits on a radio, or sits on a table. And that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching, and that's all.